It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Evan McPherson about ready to get this going as we are underway now from Paul Brown Stadium. Taken in at the 3. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a 1st down and more. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
McCaffrey following the penalty. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Second and 5. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
11. Push him back. Push him back. Hey, look, 3. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Burrow will throw. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. They'll give it to Mixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Now it's Burrow. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Foyesade American. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them. Nice little nifty play for them there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, 64 yards. And the Falcons on just 2 plays have taken the lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 3rd down, Burrow. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of late.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's Burrow. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. On 3rd down, Mixon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Flushed out right. He finds his man, complete. That's Hayes. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 6-0 our score after 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bengals draw even, and of course they can take the lead if they hit the extra point. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Gay is on for the point after. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Here comes Johnson on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down. A handoff to Mixon. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Burrow. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They're going to look to throw. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Gets through, and now an opening. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Back to throw again. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now fourth down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. We've got a little more than a minute to go. I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield too.
Burrow on play action. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Broken tackle. Fights through at the 5. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Second and 11 now. They'll look to throw again. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that.
A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week one, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Returning it, Johnson. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooke.
Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And what was impressive to me is not just how much he wanted it, but how he fashioned it. I mean, he was shedding tacklers left and right, evading tacklers left and right. And when you think about the energy it takes to ward guys off, that's really impressive. He still managed to keep his balance and turn this into a fantastic run.
Yeah, he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Runs over it. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
That's a nice run right there. Able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. 43 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. This is McCaffrey on the give. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Banks. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 10. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Mixon. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Well, that is a running back who was not About to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Fights off the tackle at the 20. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and this time he is in. Joe Mixon with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns, and the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell. Shoves him aside. And here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown Cincinnati. Jamar Chase there to make the grab. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. He'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. It's a big play there for Atlanta. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and run.
Mr. Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Oh, they can't stop him.
Kyle Pitts with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
195 yards rushing for him now here in Week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a two-score game, and they need points. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
First down, Falcons.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Chidobe with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And some space here. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Falcons. Christian McCaffrey, 53 yards. And the Falcons get a bit closer. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. He'll buy some time right toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Falcons 26.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now here's Johnson. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard
And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. On second down now. Mixon, and he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Play action. It's Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And the Bengals grab it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
All right, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the fourth quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensing. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Burrow looking to pass. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us, all these